All right. Testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3. We should be good to go, everybody. Okay, it's about that time again. Around that other week of the month, basically. It's time for another crew battle coming at you from the Kirby cord. Another me, like we did the last time. Last stream was going up against the Gunners. And this time we're going to be facing another combatant of the Mii race, being Mii Brawler, close combat fighter as opposed to the big zoner dude that Gunner is. This is going to be quite a different fight, especially since Kirby himself is sort of a boxer on his own. Presses a lot of close range buttons, not many disjoints, as opposed to a character that a bunch of the Kirbys said we're definitely going to lose this. This isn't a good matchup because obviously the tools at far ranges is so ridiculous. In Gunner, everything's going to be close quarters. Might be better for everybody. And I mean, we'll see how things go. All right. We got a 6v6, 18 stocks for each team, and well, that's not all. I have someone joining me as well. Someone from the Brawler side. My wording is already getting bad. The Brawler side of things to help me with commentary, since everybody who watches these streams loves this idea. So without further ado, everybody, introduce yourself. Esquire.
Well, thank you so much for the warm welcome. Hi, everyone. My name is Esquire. I'm here on the mic today. I'm so excited. Another great crew battle for the Mii Brawlers. We are on a roll. We do love our crew battles, and we're excited to have a crew battle with the Kirby cord today. Like you said, it is a 6v6. We have some very talented Mii Brawlers on our side. We're excited to get things underway, and I'm excited to have commentary with you.
Perfect. So I guess I should... feels a little pointless to establish this, but, you know, why not? We're in the preliminary phase right now. We're not getting any matches started. So I want to say this isn't the first time that I've done a crew battle with the Brawlers, at least. I know I've done a ton of them for Kirby cord, but this isn't the first time for Brawler. I did it before with Pokemon Trainer, and that crew battle sort of gave me the idea to bring back the whole Team Rocket motif that you guys ran with for a while with your crew battles, considering one of the last updates had that costume available. So that's why I was like,
that's right.
Let's run with that again. Let's do that, since it's like, how many Mii ideas can we come up with, you know? So let's
no, actually, we have run with that Team Rocket motif. In fact, fun fact, we're undefeated against any Pokemon board right now. We have wins against Pokemon trainers, Pichus, Incineroars. There might be another, but I at least know of those three. And we're still going for more, so we're going to keep up with that Team Rocket motif because it just seems fitting with everything that has gone on with the Brawler. So it's a lot of fun. You might see some people in the Mii Rocket get-ups. You might see some interesting. I'm already looking at some of the pictures some people are doing. You might see some interesting costumes that are a little bit off the beaten path too. So that's one of the fun things about the Miis, right?
Yeah. The ability to vary yourself with a bunch of different costumes and stuff. I personally, I mean, I'm a Xenoblade 2 fanboy myself, so whenever I'm playing Sword Fighter or Brawler, I always choose the Rex and Nia costumes myself. You can probably see on the bottom right there, I have a Nia costume for Brawler. That's my primary whenever I decide to play Brawler, but again, the Team Rocket motif I think is very, very cute. It's very nice to be so committed to the idea, and since BigLord, Mii admin of every single character cord for the Miis is last on the lineup, you may or may not be seeing a nice surprise. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Well, it's funny because his brother is actually in this group.
Yes. The first player on the Kirby lineup is going to be Dred, who is BigLord's brother, right?
That's correct. Yeah, in fact, they specifically went first and then last in their specific chord, so they didn't have to face each other. Or, well, I mean, for the Brawler's sake, that they shouldn't face each other. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, at that point,
if they do face each other, the Brawler's got some problems. But
I mean, that's probably a good point.
It looks like we're gonna go right.
Yeah, let me see. Well, we'll see what stage they're going to be picking. What they started with, but that is a very good point to bring up for Dred in this instance. Is that they fight BigLord all the time, I assume, because they're siblings, so he already has a bunch of Brawler experience from the get-go. So we'll have to see how that fares out as we're starting on Final Destination.
Okay, interesting pick. You don't see FD a lot from MII Brawler. Usually MII Brawler likes platforms, doesn't like the larger stages. But there's some certain advantages. Some Brawlers do like FD. And right now, Dred with a nice 40. It does nothing, almost gets that up speed, but it always fights awesome stage.
SuperBerry already showing their nuttiness off stage by going for these wild axe kicks with their up special and down air off stage as well to catch the jump.
Nice up air.
Yeah,
good dodge that grab.
For Final Destination for Kirby is one of their considered best stages. It's if that stage isn't going to be banned, it's either that or fan favorite PS2 by many Kirbys, or maybe Smashville. But Final Destination is commonly considered one of Kirby's best stages for sure. So it might be a big advantage for Dred to have the stage chosen first.
So SuperBerry has opted to go for exploding sidekick, which is a Falcon Punch clone. Axe kick up B, down B. I haven't seen down B. I assume it's, you said it, but everyone says doing paint chop. You said, right?
Yeah.
So and then he's also doing exploding side. He did exploding side kick and burning drop to get the side B. So pretty standard. Almost gets spiked there, but it's a pretty weak spike. So that's interesting. What happened there is I'm surprised that he didn't go for the up B off stage because he lost vulnerability. The Kirby's take it first stock. Dred was a nice up smash.
Yeah, sort of a slight mix-up where forward air 1 can confirm into forward smash, but it can sort of mix up on the shield since the shield lag isn't too high. Just ended up catching an up smash out of shield, and that's gonna, again, that's going to be SuperBerry's first stock. But
oh, and he catches it with the exploding sidekick. You don't usually see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Exploding sidekick is a little different than Falcon Punch. It's actually what the Brawlers call a better Falcon Punch. It has very little end lag on shield. So even if you miss and hit shield, it's very hard to punish. It's also, I believe, a frame or two faster. So almost gets that kill with the kick from Paint Jump. So close right now. 121% is dangerous. Good use of up B to escape the inhale. Oh, this could be dangerous. Option just wait.
Oh, just a little too slow on punishing that rabbit jab though.
Yeah.
I mean, SuperBerry is just trying to find some jump, full hopping themselves to catch Dred jumping, but it's not working out too well. Dred's keeping a nice wall. Those feint jumps.
He's doing a good job of spacing out right now. Dred is doing very well in neutral. Oh, that could be the first stock. That could be the first stock. SuperBerry taking his first stock for the Brawlers. Things are tied stock-wise, but not percentage-wise. SuperBerry at 116.
Yeah, that's probably the one big stickler. Since feint jump is what many will consider as like it's the discount flip kick from Zerasu, but the move's knockback just by the kick makes it. Oh, a good nair from Dred.
Nice nair.
But the knockback from the kick it makes it more likely to be tossed out as a move by the Brawlers.
Right. Yeah, and like we discussed earlier, feint jump is a little bit of the double-edged sword. Not the safest move to throw on stage. I believe it's something like -30 if you land with the kick. It's very unsafe. Goes for an exploding side kick, and as you can see, very little end.
Yeah, it's super low. That's sort of why.
Oh, he gets sucked up. That's not good. Footstool. We already have one, and BigLord told the Brawlers not to let that happen, and it already happened. That's gonna be Kirby win #1 taking 3 stocks right off the bat. However, SuperBerry taking 1, so Dred's at 2 stocks.
So
That worked. It worked.
you know, it's not necessarily what the tech is, because you know Dred didn't come up from ledge, but the Kirby's like to call that the Goku, because player who, well, it's in the name, has sort of coined the tech of just jumping from ledge and doing an inhaled footstool off stage. So I mean I guess
Right.
Dred did pull that off, but I don't know. I always get a grimace once I see that happen. It's
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I fought a few Kirbys this week in the JMU. I find that shot put helps a lot with discouraging inhale. So if you can pretty much throw it out in neutral, especially if there's stages or platforms. That is a little bit hard, but if you can angle it correctly, especially near ledge, Kirbys tend to not press B as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Brawler is a fast faller. I mean, he just happens to be in that footstool range. It's very hard for him to recover. Doesn't have a great recovery, so it is an effective tool in this matchup.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, shot put's going to be a nice tool to keep them out, but there are only 2 brawlers on the lineup who actually have shot put at the ready.
Yeah. I mean, the other one, which we'll probably see, which is FMP, which is the punching move.
Yes.
It's very strong. I mean, Brawler struggles to kill, so it does make that by giving him a pretty strong kill option. And also, it just destroys high recoveries as well. So, all right, we're going to go into game 2 here. I believe Scruff is up. Is that correct?
Yes.
Scruff. Scruff being a very notable brawler offline. So he's going to be, hopefully, Dred SDs once, I believe.
BigLord's probably right next to him, but he's like, "Hey, you should probably yes me, bro."
Alright, so Dred's going to SD once, and then Scruff's going to go to work. PS2, this is a much more expected pick right here. I feel like because Kirby should obviously be banning triplats, this is a pretty normal counter pick for Brawler. Brawler, we usually like smaller stages, and PS2 is one of the larger ones, but the platform layout is very nice for.
Yeah, and Kirby's not gonna go against having this stage chosen, because PS2 is just what everybody's going to pick, and it's not bad for Kirby, but the blast zones are they're quite big, but the stage layout isn't terrible.
Looking at it, I mean, I don't have the movesets in front of me because I can't look at it while I'm on my phone, but I guess Scruff is not using shot put either?
No, Scruff is using the flashing mouth punch.
Okay. Interesting. Right now, things are pretty back and forth with Dred, the damage lead. Dred is playing a very good neutral game, I've noticed.
Yep.
Oh, nice nair off this. Wow, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
Dred taking 4 stocks so far.
That neutral air was one of the fattest buffs of Kirby in a recent patch, because that Kirby neutral air, I feel like I've said this multiple times with every Kirby crew battle, but that is the 3rd strongest base neutral air in the entire game now. It is super powerful. So Scruff just like sort of not expecting to be hit with a move that early, tried to drift back a little bit to get back on stage somehow, like by jumping over Dred, but just died away from an air and died at like 120. So
what I noticed is that Scruff is using Thrupper, which is the punching up B. Kirby at 64%. That's a pretty dangerous percent to be at, and opts to not really land with him. Scruff is having a typical time. There we go. There's the back air. Oh, he was a little bit late on that, but he could get it here.
Oh, no.
Just missing.
So, how viable is that uppercut?
That's going to be a kill.
Yeah, good mix-up. How viable is that down throw uppercut option from Brawler?
It can be. I mean, in my personal, really needs platforms to me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a very okay kill option from the base stage. DI affects it very much.
That up throw won't kill?
Ooh, up throw just missing the kill. It's a dangerous position.
No, I don't think it will. actually did. see, watching these so much, I never had good expectations for Upper to actually kill.
Yeah. Yeah, for upper at like mid to high percentages, you need to either read a good DI or like it just doesn't work. But at low to mid percentages on a high platform, it's like a guaranteed right kill.
Yeah.
Oh, this is dangerous. It's gonna be combo city.
Ooh, they tried to catch the jump, but the feint jump is going to get Scruff out of danger. Now back to neutral.
I really would like to see shot put. Even though FMP did secure a kill, you can see the advantages of having FMP over shot put.
Yeah, Dred can sort of just sit there knowing that Brawler doesn't have enough range to contest it. When they go in, they're just going to be sucked in, and it's going to be a little, at best you're going to trade with it, and you're not getting the biggest advantage off of that. Not the advantage they want, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a lock with the
Whoa,
final
that was
cover.
a nice lock. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inhale's not going to get punished.
That's tough.
Forward throw upper mix up with Dred.
I would have liked to have seen Scruff out of shield off of that. That's going to connect, and Scruff goes down. Dred with 6 stocks to take starting through battle. This is not looking good for the Brawlers. I'm going to be honest here. I'm a little bit surprised at the moveset choices. I don't know exactly. Like, I get the whole you need to kill early thing, but shot put is just such a good in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Kirby's probably light enough as it is, right? And I know throw upper is an option on platforms, but for the people who might be for the people who might be unaware, what other kill confirms are available for Brawler, especially in a matchup like this? They don't exist, right?
Brawler, yeah, they don't really exist. I mean, there's pretty, like you said, down throw, upper, cannon, platform. Another one that a lot of people don't talk about, if you're running helicopter kick, down tilt on the 2 frames or ledge can lead to a pretty good helicopter kick kill. Mm-hmm. Although you do have to kind of time your direction, because that's just how helicopter kick works in this game now. Because the knockback is affected by where you press your control stick. It's really weird. I won't get into it completely, but the actual kill confirm Brawler has are just not great. I can't really think of it. I mean, falling up air can connect to a lot of up Bs, so maybe that. And outside of that, Brawler has a really tough time of securing very, very common kills. Brawler needs to extend himself a lot in order to get a good kill.
I liked
his kill. Yeah,
I liked Piston Punch.
Yeah. Oh, Piston Punch was great, man.
Okay.
I wish.
I don't wanna make the reminiscing turn into, man, I wish I had this instead. You know.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny that you say that, because if we're talking Brawler's weaknesses, and one of the biggest differences between last game and this game, Ultimate Brawler has, I think he's like 54th in aerial acceleration, which is horrible for a character like that. It's atrocious.
Yeah,
and it makes
airspeed's good, but yeah, the acceleration isn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, and in Smash 4 he was, I think, 9th or 10th. So dropping 40 spots when you're a character that it's a movement-based character, it's not the greatest feeling. And that's why Brawler, although he's hyper offensive, he's also one of the characters that has to commit the most. So once you make an approach, you better figure out what you're doing with your approach, because there's no way you can back off.
Yeah.
Your best option probably is axe kick, because of how it's a disjoint, if you're running it.
So Dred chose to ban Battlefield. Self-explanatory. Worst stage for Kirby, considered by every single Kirby player. Even though their up air did get buffed to become a little better, that move can actually kill now. The presence upon platforms is still really bad, and they're prone to getting camped. So ban Battlefield and Smashville, and BMZ chose to go to FD again. Again, that's Kirby's best stage.
Where's Yoshi's?
I feel like that's a super good point. Yoshi's story.
Yeah, where's Yoshi? Like,
I mean,
did I miss something? Are we allowed to pick Yoshi? Are we not allowed to pick Yoshi?
no, you can pick Yoshi's. It's definitely a counter pick, but BMZ here is not using the throw upper.
Dred, you got an SD.
Dred is. Oh, yep. But BMZ is using axe kick.
Okay, yeah. Personally, I think axe kick is the up B to choose in this matchup. I think axe kick has a lot of benefits against Kirby. So here's what I know about Kirby. Kirby is the opposite of Brawler, where he has really good air acceleration and then really, really, really poor airspeed.
Yeah.
So with Kirby, approaching isn't the greatest. Oh, that's going to be
what a monstrous option from Dred. He's going to be abusing that again and again.
So yeah, what I would like to see near. Oh my goodness.
Did
BMZ,
it again.
What are you doing?
Oh my God, this is.
BMZ, what are you doing? I'm in dismay right now. I feel okay. So I don't mean to coach here, but you guys got to start using up B more. Up B in your ledge. Don't even come close to Kirby. Just up B, up B.
Oh no, gonna do it again. Oh no, it's not over yet.
That would have been flashy.
But Dred's gonna just keep doing this because Dred only has 10% on him. There's no reason for him not to end up just inhale camming at the ledge.
There you go. That's what I like to see.
Okay, almost got the lock.
That was a good recovery from that. Oh, that's going to be up B. So Kirby doesn't have a great option against up B because it is like almost like a sword distance point, and that's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna take it. That works. BMZ takes out Dred. Not after taking an amazing 8 stock.
Yeah, it's super good showing from Dred with probably the most insulting way to take so many stocks, being that inhale footstool. But yeah, that's a very important thing to know. If you haven't seen that axe kick spike before, that is very much similar to meteor spikes like Crom up B, where no matter what, most of the time the opponent's dying first if they get hit by that.
Yeah, it's funny because they did nerf Crom so that Crom dies first, but they didn't nerf Brawler. So Brawler still has that. So Brawler still usually doesn't. Brawler usually dies second. So as you see there, Kirby lost his stock.
I'd say BMZ's. Well,
you know what? I think BMZ he caught on at the end. He started using up B to space out correctly. You got a few good hits in, and then that was an interesting kill at the end. I don't think that's what you want to rely on, but it worked. It got the job done.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, showing from how they ended up losing 2 of their stocks there, BMZ started off the match just, I'm gonna go in and play aggressive, but as shown there, Dred's just gonna have an answer to that.
Yeah.
You can't be too aggressive, even if a brawler is supposed to be played like that. It's not gonna go too well if you aren't approaching without thought.
Yeah.
Not to say that they weren't thinking, but
right now I understand your. You just gotta use your tools. Use your tools. Was BMZ using shot put or no?
No.
I wasn't. I didn't see any show big.
No, they were using lock punch.
FMP. Yep, that's about right. And again, FMP is not a bad option here. I'm not saying that it was a big mistake to use FMP, because killing Kirby early is nice. It really is. But shot put is just so important because Kirby is slow in the air. It forces Kirby to either back off, not press B, or run at you. So that's a much better position than you being unable to approach Kirby.
Yeah.
Because Kirby loves it when you can't approach him.
I mean, the most important thing, and I mean, me and Esquire were actually talking about this a little earlier before we started this, was maybe not specifically talking about this, but the existence of shot put as a move for brawlers, so the character almost needs it, because situations like this are going to happen. Kirby's going to have a command grab that brawler can't really easily deal with because they're just going to get sucked in. and then they're going to die off stage like Dred did for a million stocks. With the access to a projectile like that, so nice to have. It's just a must-have option. I feel like it's just in this matchup at least.
Right. No, absolutely. I would agree with that. And we're gonna see some early combo work here, and that's just unfortunate.
Oh, didn't end up grabbing the ledge with the soaring axe kick. Yeah. How's the ledge grab stuff for Brawler?
I mean, usually it's okay. I don't know really what happened there. It didn't look like he was too far. So either he was too far and it was literally like a micro frame of spacing, or he may have held down, but that doesn't seem likely. I mean, it's just like clouds. It's just like not cry. It's actually almost exactly like clouds up B. That was very strange. You don't see that often. You don't really see that often at all. So, I mean, Brawler near ledge, like getting to ledge is fine. Feint jump snaps the ledge. Axe kick is one of the best recoveries that he has. This is up B, because you can either recover low or recover high. Usually that snaps. I'm not sure what else. What else happened there? I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you're referring to micro frames, and hey, I think it's fitting because the next Brawler on the lineup is going to be Micro.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Micro is the first Brawler on the lineup to actually have shot put on their loadout this time. So
I like that. Now does he? What up B is he using?
Their up B is going to be using thrust.
Okay.
Which
I think thrust is kind of similar to FMP in this matchup, where it's like, I understand why you want to use it, and I think it's a little bit better than FMP is shot put as it is. Anyway, my point is that Thumper's okay. I mean, it's going to kill here. It's going to kill pretty early if you get a good read. But I wonder if he's going to miss that disjointed option against Kirby.
Yeah, and I mean, Epic had good knowledge of the loadouts that these players are going to be using, because once they saw thrust uppercut, immediately their bans. I ban Battlefield and I ban Yoshi's Story. I'm not going to get hit by a platform platform down throw and just die at 70. You know.
Yeah. And I don't know. Here's what I do know. I know BMZ loves FD. I know he loves FD and he picks FD through battles, and he usually does just fine. I don't like FD for Brawler at all. At all. I think it's a very bad pick. I just think specifically for this matchup, it's a very weird option, because I'll say this till the cows come home. Just for this matchup, for any matchup with Kirby's best stage. They're going to be going that often if that stage isn't going to be banned. So once they have that, they're sitting pretty. Yeah, usually what happens is that Brawler typically bans FD and Kalos. Kalos 100%. You're never going to go to Kalos against Brawler. Yeah. Ever. Or at least you shouldn't. I know there's like 2 or 3 Brawlers that love the wall jump aspect, but other than that, you're never going to go to Kalos. This is a stage that's I usually Brawler goes to after banning. Oh. Yeah. So what happened there was all of that was true, by the way. So okay, that's going to be another inhale footstool, and that's 2 stocks down for Micro already. Epic's doing things amazingly so far. Playing the matchup super textbook. So Epic got a forward throw forward air, which sets up for a re-grab to get a down air, forward throw down air, and that just ended up getting a free edge guard against Micro. Down tilt low. It's over. Yeah, this already isn't looking too hot. I mean, look, I love my Brawler mains. I love everyone at the Discord. Guys got to learn the matchup. This is truly just like people aren't playing the matchup correctly. Yeah, and especially Micro. What I think was a flaw to this was that they run in, they get hit by, they get grabbed, and they just lose their stock, and now they're running in, not even thinking about the idea of using shot put, you know? Yeah, there we go. That's the first thing I want to see, is that Micro has to stay on a platform or stay like mid-screen and shot put. It was too late by then. The move has a ton of end lag. I will say that. The move's lag is enormous, but the existence of that move is just so important. You need to use it. The biggest benefit of using shot put, I always say that like it doesn't really matter if I hit with shot put or not. I'm affecting your head.
Yep.
Because like now you're expecting a shot put near ledge. You're never gonna recover at the same angle shot put goes now. Now I can react to that. If I throw a shot put in normal, gonna shield and you're gonna try to approach. Shot put is just a very good way to get into someone's head. You don't necessarily need to throw it out 2 or 3 times. You just need to throw it out once and see what happens. So in this matchup, I mean, you saw what happens if you use shot put correctly right there at the end. If a Kirby is trying to play that mid game a little bit too much, just throw something out there. If you hit shield, that's great because if it hits shield, you're safe. Because it does so much shield lag. It pushes back Kirby. But if you use it too many times, the Kirby's going to catch on eventually.
It's such an interesting idea because this is a thing that is the case with all of Kirby's bad matchups. All of Kirby's bad matchups are surrounded by the fact that they can just camp you out with projectiles forever. It's over. Kirby can't do anything. Yeah. This is... We've been seeing it several times. This is the time where Kirby can turn the tables if they don't have shot put. They get to play campy against Brawler because all they can do is go in because they don't have a single projectile at their footing, and then they just get ledge camped, inhale the ledge footstool or down air. Their vertical recovery moves don't have much priority. They're not super good distance, so they're just gonna get destroyed for it.
Yeah.
But
this is just so strange.
Yeah, the next brawler on the lineup is going to be Woko.
So Woko. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't know who Woko is, if there's someone that can take 9 stocks, it's Woko.
Okay. Woko was on the gunner lineup for the last crew battle. They seemed pretty good though. They were doing a good job, but they were also like the last person on the gunner lineup to win the crew battle, so it was sort of hard to see how good they were in comparison to the rest, but they were doing a fine job, so I want to see how their brawler's going to do.
Woko is more often than not, other than me, I'm usually anchor, but it's not just because it's not really because I'm the best brawler, it's because I want to see everyone get a turn in case we win. But if I'm not anchoring, it's Woko. Because Woko is a very good brawler, or BigLord, obviously. Woko's a very technical, very good brawler. You're gonna see some nutty things, hopefully, from Woko.
Well,
he's very good at random things.
We're going to be seeing some nutty things, but the one thing we're not going to be seeing is we're not seeing shot put. Woko's going to be using flashing Mach Punch. We're going to see how Woko's going to handle Epic.
I don't think anyone lost a stock.
No one lost a stock. But
guys, no one's SDing here. You guys are playing.
Yeah, but they're going to be playing right now. They seem to have realized that, but Woko's doing an important thing. They're not just running in gung ho. They're being patient. They're jumping back. They're going to their platforms.
There we go. I think that's the first suplex I've seen.
Yeah, the first one that's worked.
Yeah, that's true. I did see one other one that missed, but yes.
The aerial Smith.
Okay, I like the approach so far. I like the approach to Woko. He's definitely playing the matchup better.
Yeah,
like you don't necessarily need to approach Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about how even in a situation where Kirby might have the advantage where they can camp ledge, it's not like Kirby can't suffer from that as well. Again, their bad matchups are focused around that, so Brawler can easily play that same game. Force Kirby.
Yeah, I'm assuming Wokonex is using Thropper here.
I can check that. Yeah. No. They're actually using X-Kick.
Okay, that's fine. I can see that too. I mean, I think X-Kick is the way to go in this matchup. I'm just surprised I don't see more brawlers using X-Kick just in neutral in this matchup.
Ooh.
Ooh, I love it. Love the option there. Excellent job of baiting out that shield and parry.
Yeah, that's one of the big things about Mach Punch is that it's your landing mix-up. You can just toss that on the shield, and if they don't expect a multi-hit to hit them, then it's over. Your stock's gone.
Yeah, that reminds me a lot of in Smash 4 Onslaught, which is now horrible. Brawler, but it used the shield poke, and not a lot of people expected the multi-hit, so it looks like FMP takes it back. Oh, that's going to be dangerous, but doesn't get the conversion.
Okay, dash attack,
Nice dash
run
attack.
in. Again, Brawler's Burst is so good.
Yeah, so for some weird reason, you can tech that with your own grab. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
It's just the case of grab trading in this game. They added the thing that most fighting games have, where grabs can trade now, and that's the case with command grabs too.
Yeah, that's the odd part. Like, grabs should be trade, obviously, but command grabs trading with normal grabs, that's going to blow the first time. Nice job by Epic. Command grabs trading with normal grabs are just, that's foreign to me. I don't get it, but that's neither here nor there.
All right, down tilt, not going to
No,
get.
I like how Epic is low profile. That's one of the problems with Brawler. Again, not the greatest range, not the biggest hitboxes, so low profiling does work very well.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. I like that idea from Woko.
Yeah, I tried to do another landing mix-up, just double jumping very low, again like that.
Yeah, what I would like, it seems like Epic's kind of caught on from the falling in the air. What I would like to see from Woko is maybe landing in side B.
Oh yeah.
Because it
Like
seems,
that?
yeah, there. He's listening.
I don't know if he can do that, but okay. So I mean, again, Woko's going to.
Brawler's a pretty decent mix-up character. Oh, I love it. Love it again. But not quite enough.
PS2's blast zones are very huge.
Yeah.
So okay.
Oh, nice up smash.
Yeah. Again, that move is so extremely fast. It feels like a move you can just toss out. Of course you can't, but if you are confident in the mix-up, then just run up and do it. That move is super quick.
Woko's playing this matchup very well. I played a few Kirby's earlier this week, and you know what? It's interesting. Now he's decided to use shot put. I think you realize that inhale just doesn't work against Woko, and that's the exact point where Kirby should be using shot put.
Yeah, Kirby.
If you notice that,
Kirby with access to shot put is like, I have multi jumps, and now my drift is like slightly better now, and
yeah, it's insane.
yeah, you can just sort of spam it in the air when you're trying to land.
That was interesting.
Yep, Epic's playing the camping game now, forcing Brawler to approach again, and Woko might just suffer from that.
Yep, but I don't think Woko's biting much. Oh, I like the idea, but doesn't, like, go for anything there. Love it. Good job. I was literally going to say, I haven't seen much axe kick in neutral. Another thing that I think a lot of people take for granted is that everyone knows that Kirby has multi-jumps, but I bet you that if you told most people, like 3 out of 5 don't know how many multi-jumps Kirby has. Nice up smash. That's going to take it.
Super good jump catch from Woko, and I was going to say this before. This is the Brawler's last chance to showcase that, you know, this matchup certainly is possible. A bunch of the Brawlers were suffering before. If you just watched like the first like 40 minutes or like maybe 30 minutes of this crew battle, and you just saw how the matches went, you'd be like, oh, this matchup sucks for Brawler. It's easy, one and done, no chance. But Woko, and especially BigLord will be showcasing that this matchup is certainly possible. And I mean, Woko did good.
I honestly love, and again, the other Brawlers that went beforehand, I mean, there were some unfortunate deaths. I think they would have benefited with a little bit more play towards the actual matchup itself. And it's funny because it's ironic almost, because Brawler has access to so many moves, but a lot of Brawler mains get trapped in the mindset where they pick one and they just stick with it. Which is, like, to me, that's ironic, because you do have access to a bunch of different options. So some Brawlers tend to pick a play style and then just do it, which could work. But when you have the option of like customizing a character based off of matchup, I mean, it's important to put a lot of experience and knowledge into all the different moves and knowing when to use where. So you're seeing that right now from Woko. I think Axe Kick's very important in this matchup. He didn't use it a lot though in this, but he did space correctly. He showed why people choose FM2 because of that early kill option. Oh, by the way, did you? I don't know if you mentioned this. Did you mention that Kirby had shot put despite Woko not having shot put?
Yes. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't bring it up specifically, but any inhale that Kirby gets on any of the bees, it'll just default to their one special.
Right. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So no matter what happens in the matchup, no matter what neutral bee the brawler has, you're always gonna get shot put if you inhale brawler.
So trowftd going to Smashville and just the worst tag possible, doing 4 Goku. Again, we've seen enough of the tech as is, and I don't know if I agree, but you know, do what you want. Go off.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Smashville's a great stage for Brawler. I actually really enjoy Smashville Brawler. It's usually mixed positive reviews for a lot of Brawler mates. Because obviously I think it's the second smallest stage, or third smallest, depending on if Yoshi's is legal at your venue. But it's a pretty small stage, which Brawler likes. Doesn't necessarily get camped out by characters. The only problem is that platform. Against certain characters with projectiles, it becomes a little bit easier. It's such a big platform to camp under the platform.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's a great stage.
Yeah, the less space there is, the better, as for some brawlers might consider. Yeah, going for that's something we've seen plenty of times from Woko, is that whenever they land a down tilt or an up tilt, they try to read the jump coming in as an escape by doing the flashing mop punch. But it's only worked like, well, it hasn't worked at all yet. There have been other mix-ups that Woko's went for with that move, but it hasn't worked so far. They're trying to get one.
Yeah, I think the reason why it hasn't been as effective as normal is because Kirby doesn't have a high second jump. Instead has multiple jumps that are like medium or lower in height. So I think he's going for the right read. A nice up smash punishes that. I don't think Kirby meant to hit that top platform. I think he was trying to drift backwards.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Ooh, that forward tilt's gonna kill. That was a very fast and unexpected forward tilt.
Forward tilt. That is a kill move now. Sure is. It's such a surprising move to see, because the move comes out so fast, and then suddenly you're dead at 140.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, because you could have DI'd that easily, but because it's so fast, Woko just couldn't react to it. Completely understandable.
Woko's playing this so smart, though, just deciding to run out the platforms and double jump back to mix Turo up. Just need to play, maybe not necessarily play it slow, but play with more thought.
Yeah, I think bait and punish is the way to go in this matchup. Brawler used to be one of the best bait and punish characters in game to Smash 4. In this game, he doesn't necessarily have the tools in order to like make opponents fear certain options, but with proper spacing, Brawler can still play a really good bait and punish game.
Yeah, I mean, Woko's doing that right now, scaring Tro. But what's the mix-up? Okay, they're off stage. Didn't
and the spike, that's not going to be enough.
Footstool the... What a smart option for Woko!
That is payback.
That's the
payback at its finest.
Yeah, that is the Kirby killer option too. What people don't utilize more against Kirby off stage is that just footstool them. They're going to be spamming their jumps. Up B's not going to be used very often. They aren't going to use an aerial to contest a jump. Footstool them off stage. They're going to die. Very good option from Woko.
Oh, that man's going to take it.
That was
good job.
It was very unsafe, but yeah.
So very strong showing from Woko, but unfortunately does get knocked out. Kirby Cord, I think, has only lost what?
8 stocks.
8 stocks, yeah.
Yeah, this would have been a very good chance for Woko to like maybe bring up a lead if the Brawlers weren't so far down because of the previous matches, but I mean, Woko had to sort of carry them on their backs, you know? It's a very good showing from Woko. They played the matchup super well, but they're at a huge deficit right now, and the last player to come up on the lineup is going to be BigLord himself.
We can try 10 stocks, right?
BigLord is the best player in Portugal, right? Portugal? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, definitely one of, if not player. He's also, I believe, a TO in certain aspects.
And he's well, is he one of the names thrown out around for Brawler, at least when talking about really good brawlers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're one of the best in your region, you have to be, right? So he's one of the names that people mention as one of the top brawlers. There's not a ton of there's not a lot of brawler play right now, so it's not like I can tell you, oh, look at these matches from a few weeks.
Yeah.
But he's one. Woko is just a general player that you see in these crew battles. Scruff is someone that plays offline. He gets around a little bit. I'm trying to think of who else right now. I'm sure there's quite a few on this. Elite, L-E-E-T.
Yes.
Is someone that is a notable brawler that plays offline. He was in one of the crew battles for us, the MII Mayhem. Or March MII Madness.
Okay.
Yeah, March.
I know they've had good wins before, but I'm not sure how relevant they still are now. But I'm pretty sure they're a pretty good brawler. Fire the Pyro. Right.
Oh, Pyro, yes. So, yeah, Fire the Pyro. Yeah, was he a part of the Discord? I'm not sure. But yeah, he's had some pretty good results. When you say brawler, I mean, if you're a brawler, the first name that comes to mind is the Puster, but I don't think he plays Smash Ultimate much anymore. The last time I saw anything from him, he was actually from Sword Fighter and Jigglypuff.
Right.
So I don't even think he's a brawler anymore. But I'm trying to. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I play offline.
There just isn't a whole lot of names throwing around.
DMZ is a popular stream. Yeah, it's tough because I feel like the problem is just representation.
Yeah.
I don't think Brawler is like such a bad character that like no one's using Brawler. I just think that not a lot of people choose Brawler because of a lot of the unknowns associated with the character.
Yeah.
People aren't really willing to explore someone like Brawler when there's more readily available options.
I mean, the only me that I'd say has good representation is Gunner, because you can name a few names like off the top of your head that everybody might know about. Katakuri, Ikota, Carlos. Those are three names immediately. Yeah. Those are like the best Gunners, but naming the best brawlers or even best sword fighters it's hard to find them. Representation, as you said, is pretty low. But Tro has to SD 2 more stocks, and now we're going to... Oh, no. Okay, so I thought BigLord was going to go for the Meowth me, but instead he's going to go for Sakurai himself.
Sakurai. So I'm really surprised at the stage choice.
Yeah, so he chose to go to oh, no. Okay, so he chose to go to Kalos. Okay. You said this was a stage that brawlers should not go to.
Yeah, the only logic I see here with this choice is that I also know that Kirby doesn't.
Yeah.
From what I understand. So and because his brother plays Kirby, he might have a little bit more knowledge on the specific matchup when it comes to the stage selection. But I mean, again, it's one of the bigger stages in the game, and as you see right there, it's such a huge blast zone. Brawler struggles. Oh, and that's gonna take it.
Wow. All right.
He got it very good. So it's interesting what you just saw there. D-tilt on the Q-frame has like a perfect launch angle. So it sets up into a lot of up-B confirms. So that, and because Kalos has the protruding platforms that go off out of the ledge, that probably makes Thrupper viable there, where otherwise it wouldn't be a viable option. So there you go. I guess there are instances in which Kalos does have advantage. But generally, Kalos is just so big and such a big class, and not a lot of Brawl players just try to deal with that.
I mean, in your opinion, it's the idea of Final Destination is a stage that isn't so great for Brawler, that specifically goes against what this matchup should be, and it's Kirby's best stage. You don't want to go on a stage that's not only not great for your character, but it's also really good for Kirby. In this case, it's a stage that's not great for your character, but it's not good for the other either. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, with FD, you're just completely abandoning platforms, which like it limits your combo ability. It limits your follow-ups. It limits your jab blocks. There's like a lot of things that Brawler needs platforms for. It's kind of like Sheik in a way, where Sheik can use platforms to like secure up smash kills and mess around with attacks and chases and things like that. And I've always joked that like Brawler is a lot like Mario and Fox that has the results of Sheik in terms of like actual playing, because you just can't kill it like for God knows what reason. Just things don't work. So you need to be like very technical.
There's no kill
and
confirm.
platforms help. Yeah, platforms just help. They help immensely. Although Sheik does have a ton of confirms that I'll be very specific. So anyway, we're gonna go into the next game. Again, Brawlers on their last life here with BigLord.
But
Let's see Nova. Nova's the Kirby that I played the most against during this week. Very good Kirby player. We're gonna see Smashville. Not surprising.
I haven't seen too much from Nova's play personally, but I know they are a ton of Kirby players will say that Nova is a very reliable Kirby. So this will be good to see. Yeah, the big thing is that you were talking about is like if Woko is the one who could like take non-stocks and bring this back. Even though BigLord, yes, he has a lot of weight on him, he is the anchor of this crew battle. This is probably the best player who can take all these stocks. But they gotta take all of them without losing too much themselves, and they're sitting at 36%. They're doing good damage on this first stock.
What I like from BigLord right now is that nice down air. What an interesting option by that. I've rarely seen that. Very interesting option, knowing that down air goes through the platform.
Yeah, try to understand that.
He tried to confirm into it, but he was too high in percent.
Yeah.
Nice
what the? That mix-up.
Great.
That mix-up was amazing. They just did up tilt on shield. Expected Nova to jump out of shield with an aerial and up B them. It was a really good bait from BigLord.
Yeah. Oh, goes for the down air, but good job of going off stage. Because down air usually has a ton of end lag if you land with, but if you're off stage, it's actually decent in terms of aerial lag. Good spacing by the Kirby. Nova with a nice back air.
Oh, gonna get Dred.
Yeah, so side B does have super, although it's a little limited.
Okay, back air out of shield again. So it's one of the most reliable moves in Kirby's kit, that back air.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Nair on shield right now from BigLord. I want to see how both players react to that. Ooh, nice Nair.
Yeah,
man, that catches a lot of people off guard. Goes to the down B. He did that quite a lot against him.
Yeah, the stone is a very good option for characters that can only really go to ledge. That it's just a huge hitbox with heavy armor that covers it. Yep. Wow, good option from Nova, yeah.
Yeah, it's very risky. Oh, nice up smash in return though. It's very risky for Brawler to go off stage. Brawler doesn't have a lot of great off stage options. So good job on Nova for capitalizing, but good job on BigLord for reading the up smash.
Okay, starting the combos. Forward air, it goes to, no, not a down air, DI'd away.
Oh, gets the Dred. No, he went for the inhale, but gets kicked out of it. Nice nair spacing. Yeah, and as you said earlier, I mean, Brawlers will preach to the heavens about how good nair is. Nice.
There's the shot put.
This is what I like to see.
Yeah, I agree. This is what Brawler needs. Oh no, okay, good down tilt option.
Oh, interesting. He actually cancels into the jab. Goes for it again.
Stone isn't going to hit.
This is risky.
Yeah. Just gotta stage shield on ledge if that's going to happen.
I like the idea there.
Yeah, Kirby has a...
Nice on.
Alright. There we go. Forward off of ledge? No. Wow, really good back.
Nice pivot grab. Yep. Goes for that shot put does 2 frame.
Yeah. Very, very good moves for that. Okay, understood that forward off a ledge is a super popular option from Kirby, but isn't...
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's way too punishable. And again, feint jump being a very risky option on stage.
Yeah, it's super powerful. Forward throw.
Forward throw is a kill option, but only at high percentages.
BigLord's playing it.
It's funny talking to the Kirby's, kind of like Kirby's up throw.
Yeah, BigLord's playing it too risky off stage, so okay, double forward air off the... Oh, no inhale. Okay.
Almost gets that, but too much invulnerability from the North get up.
I can feel BigLord getting really tense from this.
Oh no.
Yeah, so many. Okay.
Oh, good shot, good lady.
Yeah. Just needs one good hit.
Very close.
But again, Brawler struggling to kill, doesn't have any of those confirms, and that's gonna be. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Nova did an insanely good play there, putting the stone out there to intimidate BigLord. He didn't want to drift right into it, even though okay, at the percent BigLord was at, BigLord might not have died from getting hit by that stone. So might have been able to use it to get back on stage and use feint jump again, maybe, or even at something to get back on stage, but was just too intimidated by it. He lost his stock to it before, didn't want to get hit by it again. Just again, too scared. Drifted back a little, just didn't want to get hit, and the uppercut just doesn't have enough range.
That's Thrupper's weakness here, and that's always have to go low with Thrupper, especially if you've already used feint jump. I don't really know what other possible option that could have been there. Maybe down B does have a little bit of a vulnerability within the first 2 frames, but it probably would still get hit because that's just that jump, feint jump.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? That was still a great showing from both sides. Congratulations to the Kirbys getting that fairly dominant win.
Yeah, and
against the Brawlers.
I hope this isn't just a showcase for people to say that the matchup just isn't possible. Woko and BigLord showed enough that the character does have a chance. So
yeah,
these crew.
Yeah, I would agree.
These crew battles aren't always the best showcase of these things. It is a point for you know, the most important thing for these crew battles is that players participate in them, and they watch the matches, they learn from it. That's the most important thing from crew battles. Is why they exist in the first place. It's a learning experience. It's not the best showcase of how a matchup's going to go, though. The best way you can find that out is by participating in a joint matchup yourself, you know? And hopefully, if the Brawlers didn't say enough in the joint matchup, that they at least learned a little more, understood a bit better. Woko and BigLord were a good showcase of that.
Yeah, I am assuming that there are times in which Brawlers probably could have benefited from a little bit more play or a little bit more discussion. So hopefully in the future, maybe he can face the Kirbys again in a joint matchup in like 6 months or so, or whenever. We'll be a little bit more prepared. But you know what? It was a great week. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of other Brawlers enjoyed it, and you know, looking forward to maybe hosting more events with you.
Yeah. Right? Again, thank you very much for participating with me on commentary, helping me. Again, a bunch of people like this idea of co-commentary with these crew battles. The insight, the extra insight that I wouldn't have. It does miles for everybody to help learn more.
Yeah, I'm glad to be able to provide at least some help.
All right. That's going to be it for me, though. I'm going to be signing off again. Congratulations to the Kirby Cord for winning another crew battle. They were in a bit of a stint recently. Their record was sort of waning a little bit, but they finally get another one on the board, and hopefully they want to try and get another streak going. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you to the Brawlers for agreeing to set this up in the first place, and that's going to be it for me. All right, I'm going to be signing out, everybody. Peace out.